I used to work in retail at the mall, and I constantly had to interact with some pretty interesting people. One person who stood out was an old lady who would occasionally come through our store. From the outside, she looked like an ordinary woman, but the moment she started talking, it was a different story. She would often ramble about things that didn't make sense and talk to people who weren't there. It was clear she had some kind of medical condition, and my coworkers and I would often wonder why she was left unsupervised. For the most part, she kept to herself. Her actions and ramblings weren't directed at anyone. When she did interact with employees or other people, she was relatively normal. With me, on the other hand, well, that's a different story. One day I was working behind the register and tidying up the area. The register faced the escalator, so I would occasionally make eye contact with the people coming down on it. I was casually looking at the people descending when I happened to notice the old lady. She was standing on the escalator, quietly surrounded by other shoppers. Eventually she noticed me and we locked eyes for what seemed like a second. I gave her a polite smile and went back to cleaning. All of a sudden I heard screaming. I looked up and saw the old lady yelling, directly at me. I turned around, but I was the only person there. It became clear she was addressing me.
You stole his face, you monster!
At first I was confused, but figured she was having some sort of episode. Everyone on the escalator started freaking out and staring at me. It was extremely uncomfortable. By the time she reached the bottom of the escalator, she stood right in front of it, eyes wide, glaring at me.
How dare you steal his face?
I kept cleaning, not wanting to give her any more attention. I figured she might be feeding off of it. As soon as I stopped acknowledging her, she eventually walked away, though she kept yelling as she went. My coworker, who happened to be around the corner, asked me what happened. I told him everything and asked if he could check on her to make sure she was okay. But by the time he went to look for her, she was already gone. I continued working at that store for a couple of years, and I would occasionally see her. Whenever she did notice me, she would get triggered and start saying things, though never with the same intensity as the first time. It was always uncomfortable, but maybe it was uncomfortable for her too. Maybe I reminded her of someone. Regardless, I hope that lady is doing well today. Have you ever had a strange interaction with someone? Share your story in the comments.